14 things rich people do that poor people don't. Number 14. They don't save, they invest. Here's a statement that is way too true. I'm sure you've never heard about a millionaire becoming wealthy by investing in a savings account, right? They invest in companies and stocks to make more money off the money they already have, and that's how their wealth continues to grow. And they keep making more instead of keeping money in a savings account not doing anything productive with it. Number 13. Buy it for life. Most of the world has a false idea about the economy and has this idea stuck in their heads that buying cheap is always best. But in reality, it's better to buy a pair of shoes that cost $100 that will last 5 years instead of a pair of shoes that cost $20 but will only last 1 year and require you to make 5 trips to the store to buy new ones. Buying things for life is a trend for some, but a lifestyle for the rich. Wealthy people will spend more time investing in purchases before they make them to make sure they're buying something that will last as long as possible and get the most value out of it. For example, this is why a rich man will buy a $1,000 suit even though the price might shock most of us. In the long run, a suit that costs that much will last for decades, and if you know how to repair your own clothes, it could last a lifetime. So in some cases, buying more expensive things at a higher quality can be a smarter move in the long run. Number 12. Wait for good deals. There have been many studies about people who were offered $5 now or $10 in 2 months, and almost everyone chose to take the $5 now. People seem to have something slightly wrong in our brains because it's clear that $10 would be the smartest choice, but most people's immediate need for money makes them choose otherwise. Rich people don't seem to have this problem. Wealthy people will wait months or longer to get the best value they can for something, and don't rush into get-rich-quick schemes. Number 11. Be frugal. It isn't just about being financially stable, it is environmentally as well. When someone is really careful, they tend to waste less. If someone keeps every shopping bag and bow from Christmas, it's not because they're a hoarder, it's because they realize they're eventually going to need those things again when the time comes, and then they don't need to buy them again. Being frugal can be really enjoyable, and the amount of money you can save just by being a little more cautious with each thing you buy can be astronomical. As the old saying goes, a penny saved is a penny earned. Number 10. Use coupons. Most people wouldn't expect this one, but tons of millionaires have said they spend more time finding coupons and discounts than they do shopping. It's a common feature that the rich seem to do, or at least one of their partners in the relationship will be really mindful of overspending. We don't all have to do extreme couponing, but we can definitely do our part to get the best price for necessities and things we actually need. A big difference between the rich and the famous people on reality TV shows is that the rich use coupons for items they usually need or have to buy for their family. Extreme couponers chase savings whether they need to or not. Couponing is an excellent habit of the rich and everyone in between. Number 9. Buy secondhand. There are some things you don't want to buy secondhand, like underwear, food, or bedding, but when it comes to just about everything else, rich people are the first in line to get a bargain by buying things secondhand and from antique stores. Surprisingly, a lot of rich people don't buy cars brand new because they know cars lose so much value the first few years of a new car. If they do buy a brand new car, they tend to hold on to it for at least 10 years to make sure they get the full value out of it. Rich people also love antiques, and a lot of time antiques will be cheaper than normal items or furniture, but more importantly, they love the value of buying things that aren't brand new. Every penny that is saved by buying a secondhand sofa versus a brand new couch can be invested or saved for something else that you need, or that helps secure your finances in the future. Number 8. Budget. All rich people keep a budget even when they don't necessarily need to, and they stick with it, or they have people to keep track of it and keep them updated about where their money is going. Budgeting is so important, especially these days, as prices on just about everything seems to be rising faster than the bankers can print new money. The most important part of a personal budget is being honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself and make sure you factor in everything you spend. Rich people go over their budget for hours to make sure all diversions in the budget are accounted for. There's a connection between how much time you spend on your budget and how rich you will get. Number 7. Invest in tangibles. At one point, the rich become dollar rich. They also do something that most of us don't do. They invest a portion of their money to tangible goods that enrich their lives in more ways than just money and materialistic things. They buy art simply because they love the painting. They will purchase fine wine just because they love to drink it. They'll buy brand new and they'll buy antiques. There is a financial benefit to owning those things because they will increase in value over time. Rich people are also hard to sell. When you have $1,000 in cash sitting in front of you, it's very easy to spend it on a whim, but not so easy when you have the $1,000 tied up in a very expensive bottle of champagne. The need to sell your stuff to free up some cash gives you the time to make a more reasonable decision on whether you really want that $1,000 item you're lusting for at the store. Number 6. Buy affordable property. For the most part, wealthy people pay cash for their homes or put at least 15% deposit down. Rich people usually buy properties no more than 2.5 times their annual tax income. Rich people also tend to buy older houses, and it's rare that a rich person will buy a brand new house or have a house built. This probably has to do with the psychology that the rich have about how value is placed on quality and not wanting to have the initial depreciation of something new. It's usually not the truly rich who buy mega mansions to show off. Those properties are usually for the people who have massive mortgages, massive financial problems, or a massive ego. And of course, those few who win the lottery, poor them, because most lottery winners will waste it all and end up back where they were before, but way more miserable because of the loss. When lottery winners win that much money all at once, usually they are people who come from nothing and go crazy with spending and buying because they've never had that before, and have no one to advise them or to invest. So instead, they blow it all within the first few years and end up back to their old life. Such a shame. Number 5. The rich associate with successful, positive people. Rich people are aware that attitude is everything. If they continually hang around people that complain about everything from the weather to the government and always speak negatively, then they'll most likely start doing the same thing. But if the same people start hanging around people who talk about success, opportunity, and positive things in life, chances are they will start to see the world from a different perspective and gain victory in positive thoughts themselves. Instead of the world being a horrible place, it suddenly becomes a land of success and opportunity. A good example of this is how immigrants view the United States as a place of opportunity, while most people that are citizens of the US have so many complaints about it. Quite frankly, it is what you make of it. Number 4. The rich think both. Economists have come up with the term opportunity cost, and this simply means that if you choose one thing, then you are giving up something else. For example, if I have $5 and I buy a $5 ice cream, then I'm ultimately giving up the pack of gum that I wanted as well. This is how the poor think too. They have a set amount of money and they think they can either spend it on one thing or another and not have both. It sounds logical, but rich people focus on how they can get both and don't settle on just having one thing over another. Let's say you give a rich person $5. They want the ice cream and the gum, so instead of thinking either or, they decide to get both. The rich mindset wouldn't buy the ice cream or the gum initially, but they might buy a 24-pack of water for $5 instead. They walk down the road, sell each bottle of water to people passing by for 50 cents each, and earn a total of $12 when finished. Now they can afford the ice cream and the gum and have money left over to spare. The rich have both mentality, not either or. Number 3. Net worth. Poor people will often talk about money regarding hourly pay or monthly income. Wealthy people know that an hourly income is not nearly as important as someone's net worth. Someone can earn a lot of money per hour or per month, but if they don't learn to keep any of it, they'll still be broke in the end. A rich person knows that a large net worth will bring lots of opportunities and will create more wealth in their future. Number 2. Constantly learn and grow. Many kids today think that they'll be able to work just hard enough to earn their degrees and they won't have to pick up another book or take another test for the rest of their lives. Some might turn this dream into a reality, but they'll most likely be poor forever. The rich crave knowledge because they know that the more they learn, the more likely they are to succeed at the things they want. The average millionaire reads one book a month because they want to make themselves into the person they ultimately want to be. The average broke person will never read and never change anything. The rich constantly learn and grow, and poor people think they already know. Number 1. Don't look rich. This one is the most significant aspect of the lives of the truly wealthy, that people can't tell they're rich just by looking at them. They can be the regular person living next door, driving an old car, and working just as many hours as you do. On the other hand, the person up the street with the fancy luxury life that everybody wants is probably cash poor and not very happy. It's been said by many rich people that they have every materialistic thing they could ever want and still aren't truly happy. Focus on the best parts of your life, the things and passion that truly make you happy, because at the end of the path that your passion takes you is the true pot of gold, your happiness. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.